He's sending in the Iana clone, but they need to get moving here, Rogue. They haven't disrupted anybody on site yet.
What I love from G2 here is that one thing I criticised them for on Bank the last 2 times they've played it is often they'd spend far too long sat on site. By the 1 minute 30 mark, all be back, but you've still got Alamau roaming in the basement here as well, looking to backstab Crying, who I think has no idea. That smoke gives him a bit of cover, but Alamau could just try and push through. Of course, smokes aren't opaque. You can still choose to go through if you choose. At this spot, holding back at least for now. Kanto still on the above. We get towards those last 15, and Prano almost going down through the soft wall. Kanto goes for the drop, trying to find one man. Down goes Prano. There's 2 left on site. Deepex hunted his man. He gets one before he goes down. Alamau, all that's left standing, and they know where he is. They have the diffuser in hand and can try and make this plan happen, but Crying has to win this 1 versus 1. Might be able to get this one stuck through. Shotgun round, and Crying lands the closing kill. Exactly what's going. They spot Prano, no doubt know about Citizen, who's hung out towards elevators as well. And there's Virtue sat on site, who finds Leon, but does go down in the process.
4 versus 3 now, 50 seconds left to go. Rogue need to mount a little bit of that pressure. They didn't stall out, they were doing work through the mid-round work that allows Spoit to find onto the kill onto Citizen. As you say, he was just waiting for his moment. The final 2 come in. It's Kanto, it's Leon. They use those hatches beautifully. Again here at the beginning of the round, and this time they need to make sure that they get in these kills, but no, Leon goes in and gets one, but instantly traded by Alamau, and this is going backwards and forwards, Des. It's a brawl.
Quite literally trade for trade for trade for trade between both teams. Something that I think the old G2 roster repeated. You've got to be within 3 seconds of each other to make these trades happen, but Crying finds 2 and gets away without anyone finding. The guy that you want to be in that 1v1, right? They know exactly where Doki is as well, dancing around Janitor here. Crying gets a shot in the side, but flicks onto Doki. He's 8-0, and Rogue a 3-0 tip.
Sweeping by very quickly at the moment, and it is all in favour of Rogue. We're going to have Prano using the Yokai drone to try and get some information, try and get something to help G2 get going, but there's nothing that's going to help them right now, Des. Kanto Raketti managing to find 1, managing to find 2. Prano shuts down Leon, but it's 1 versus 4. It's all up to Alamau, and there is an age of time left.
And getting the entry onto players like Spoit. Now that he's all alone, he's got all the work to do. Crying knows where he is. Spoit's coming in for the assist. Will he see him in the back corner as he comes swinging in? Sees him crouched down and finds the kill. Rogue cannot be stopped.
Archives and tell as he knows that Deepek's out there, and he's just trying to get that angle, trying to get that shot. He doesn't want to overextend, and that's exactly why, because he knows the angle's being watched. This is smart from Rogue. They've teamed up to try and cut Citizen down, but you just can't always do it against a man like Citizen as he manages to find the headshot. Alamau with the nitro. G2 could be winning their first round in
45 seconds to play and 4 players to kill. Average out about 10 seconds a player, and you can make your moves. Here he comes in looking for Virtue here. Alamau on the swing. Kanto should find himself finished off very comfortably. Alamau, 3 kills in the round, and G2 finally give their fans something to cheer about.
Now, and he knows that. He's waiting for the drop. He hears it. Is he going to make the challenge? He tries, but Kanto's going to shut him down. 35 seconds left to go, and this is going to come down to G2 trying to hold off the plant. We've got the diffuser inside of servers. Deepek's looking to get himself inside the door, but the Vulcan canister has been detonated. The smoke canister goes off, but he's going to have to play behind that smoke if he wants to get it down until the fire has burnt away. 18 seconds left to go. Kanto gets aggressive, but Alamau and Prano have got answers, and they keep on going. It's 2v2, 2v1, 1v1. It's all up to Alamau versus Crying. They've both played great stuff so far, and he's just trying to find the angle here. Is Crying with 2 seconds left to go. Manages to survive and steal away round 6 from Rogue, and that leaves us 4-2 at the half. Drone just ahead of him there, but the information is likely being given to Spoit. There's a bulletproof as well. They're well on top of this, a Rogue, and it's going to be very difficult for him to get in there, but it does allow Alamau to move in and get himself a kill. Citizen goes down as well. It's very important what happens to Virtue in the next 20 seconds.
And Spoit's on for a 3. Can he make it a 4th? No, as Leon brings down Virtue. That's diffuser dropped, and Alamau's left alone in sight. Spoit makes it a 4K. Welcome to the defense.
Just to try and retake that ground to ensure that G2 can't move in and get themselves established inside of the map. I'm not sure Citizen's aware here. Crying's going to get himself a freebie, but Prano gets Leon at the same time, and here comes that blitz rush there.
All charging their way through, but it looks like Jans is where it's at. Virtue finds a down man and drops, almost being sprayed down, but it's Alamau to shoot him in the backside. G2 find round 8. Necessary information, and one thing I've paid a lot of attention to this week and throughout stage 2 is the drones. They've got most of those left. but it's Citizen again down in the entry. 5 and 9. Nothing like the performance that we've seen from him so far at this competition. Leon finds out the clutch master himself in Alamau, who was 12 and 6. Now you're looking towards the other 3 players on G2, who haven't really found too many kills in this game.
What a start that was from Kanto. There's absolutely no way that he should have been winning that fight. Cryin takes down Doki as the first Candela goes in, but it's going to be useless as there's nobody to a tough prospect for them. Prano, he's just trying to push onto those archives window. Kanto shuts down Virtue. Prano manages to get her down onto Leon, finishes the kill, but it feels like it's going to be meaningless at this point. Rogue have dipped themselves back into sight, and they're happy to just hold their angles. They know that Prano has to be the one to push forward. He has to take the onus and try to find these kills, and Rogue are playing this smart. Look at the position. There's no way you go in and just kill one of them without the other making it a trade. It's going to be Cryin to find that final kill. That is Rogue moving on to map point. Are they going to catch G2 out?
Needs to see if there's a drone watching this one. Doki sees Deepek at the very least. He's going to swing here, but Deepek wins those ones. There's 2v2 now, essentially coming inside of open area as Spoit and Deepek are thinking about the retake, but they've deleted them completely. It's just Deepek left standing as Prano goes in for the plan.
G2 taking the opportunity very smartly, recognising everybody's offside. Let's get in, let's get that diffuser down. Prano does exactly that. They've had an average of about 2 plants per map so far here in Germany, and that looks likely to continue as Prano manages to get himself a plant. G2 get themselves around, and they keep fighting for at least one more. 6-4 now. Cut it here, Des, as the operator Deepek is still there and able to deny this plant. The what? A cover from Prano stops the man coming in through the walls. Boy, does manage to get Doki. It's coming down to a bloodbath inside the site. G2 currently on top. It's 3 versus 2.
The thing is, they've got the diffuser here, Tim. G2 are now out of sight. And although Cryin is playing out towards top white, you've got Deepek inside a Janitor. G2 are a little bit scattered. Virtue and Citizen coming in from lobby side. Prano on square, and this could be a Rogue sandwich coming up.
Both super low health now left for Rogue. They're about 5 HP in a dream, and Citizen turns it into a nightmare as G2 get themselves another round and take us to see at least all 12. Round winning from Kanto here. 2 minutes 30. He has burnt on the Roman. Still, G2 don't have the confidence to be able to move on down. Alamau manages to get the headshot, but they are seriously lacking in time. Des, the hatch isn't open. G2 don't even look like they were aware of that, but somehow Alamau goes in with a huge triple. The diffuser is going down. The clock will be extended. No! It's up to Deepek, but he gives it away, and then we're going to overtime.
That one could yet prove to be exactly the same. G2 feeling largely unthreatened so far. And by the way, Leon has just started moving on the downstairs. He's going rover hunting, Tim. Does he catch a big one? Yes, he does. Down goes Captain Virtue.
Big start for Rogue, but Alamau once again, he's there. This could be a 20-kill map quite easily for him as he finds his 19th onto Leon, leaving us 4 versus 4. But look at the timer, Des. G2 have burnt a lot of time here. Only 20 seconds left to go, and Rogue, they're going to have to make a move, but they know there's one on main stairs. Spoit can't keep holding his attention there. Kanto takes down Prano. Deepek onto Doki. Rogue, 3, 2, 1, go! And they take off, taking the first round of overtime.
That 20-kill threshold as well. What a game he's having so far. I was looking at the stats against his old teammate. We've seen that clash so much throughout this game.
4 versus 3 now, and we just see Alamau taking a little bit of damage there. Not too much, but the challenge is on Kanto. He's looking for the peak, but he just shows too much of himself. Alamau can use that big magazine to go through and get the kill, and this looks like we could be seeing a little bit more of this game. Virtue, Doki, Des, we're going all the way to 50. That Virtue just looking away at the wrong time. Might have actually had a bit of joy, but it's Kanto who's going to find his man. Takes down Prano with a headshot. More importantly, that's yokai drones. They're gone, Des. Whether they were alive or not, they will not be stunning out any plant. Citizen, he manages to get Cryin.
Now Sport's got to push his way forward. Rogue need to answer that kind of kill, and this is the old duo. Virtue, Citizen, the old pairing we used to see in the front line. Out comes the smokes, and that's normally the sign that action will follow. Kanto watching the long angle on the window for Citizen to cross and finds him as he steps through. He hits the deck. Virtue's the last one left standing on Banana. Will find one for himself, but is being challenged by Deepek on the swing. We get towards them last 10 seconds. It's now or never, boys. Rogue on the step through. They finish off Citizen, but can they find Virtue? Yes, they can. Rogue take back.
You see the players jumping straight straight up, and how much this means. The game screen says hard-fought victory, and it could not be more correct as G2 stretching Rogue to the absolute limit there.
Towards blue for the cross stab as well. He's a little bit trapped. To Spoit is also down. Kanto coming in support on the backside. Should be able to get their man up, if not for a bit of a swing coming in here. A 1v1 challenge, and Leon lands the headshot. What is that?
Hipfire headshot onto Alamo just when it was needed. It provided the support, the safety that Kanto needed to get Spoit back on his feet. Of course, not having one of those boosts available at that point in time. And right now, the blitz of Leon has just terrorized this G2 defense. Doki able to take down Kanto, manages to get Leon as well. Brings it down from a 1v4 to a 1v2. He's on the hunt, he's on the prowl. He has no idea that Deepak's on his flank, and he's going to lose out the round as the final kill comes in for Rogue. It's going to be a very important fight. It's Kanto and Spoit versus Doki and Alamo, and whoever comes out on top here, you feel Prano and Leon just going head-to-head, trading each other, but Alamo gets the victory over Spoit, and now it's down to Kanto. He finds his onto Doki, so it goes 1-for-1 in the master bedroom and in the bathroom, but Alamo comes out on top once again. 3 versus 2 now for G2. Off the garage balcony and going towards bar, so just as you say, backing himself out, getting himself back upstairs, and he needed to, because unfortunately for Alamo, he took some damage when he impacted the hatch, and he could be ruining that if he comes into losing a fight here for that low health, but no, he manages to find the second, and that Citizen shutting them down as well, and G2, they managed to close out CCTV and Cash. It's 1-0.
Again, just making sure that Jacuzzi side of things is in their control. He stepped out now as Doki's going to find Leon, but there's still one more looking to push in around from Jacuzzi's side. A big top side spread for Rogue here. 2 of them trying to push in. Citizen comes out for the 1, hits the deck, looking in for the second, but a nade follows through just after. He shouldn't be much longer for this world, but does manage to escape.
Spoit gets taken down by Doki, leaving us now 2v1. Crying, trying to push in through logistics. That's where the call is going to be, but Doki has repositioned. He's got himself into the closet, but here comes the LMG. That is the big problem for Doki, as he just can't move himself out to safety. It is now Crying versus Citizen. Citizen low health. He's just trying to play around, potentially make it to one of those salvation stations if there is one left, but it doesn't appear that that's going to be a possibility for him. He actually drops away back onto site, and now
They'll
the 1v1. Crying's got 30 seconds to find him, but Citizen somehow hits a beauty on the reverse angle straight onto the head of Crying, and that is going to be the round for G2. Needs to get explosive here, needs to make something happen for his team. He's pushing in, he's trying to challenge Doki. Doki knows it's coming. You can feel that he's itching to take that peek around the corner, but he's not going to give his life away that easily. It's going to be Virtue instead, looking for the wraparound from the bottom of Church. It's Prano, it's Virtue. He gets his man. It's all up to Deepak inside and side, but Virtue is there. G2 are there, and G2 are leading 3-1.
To move first.
Bit of a problem for G2 here is that Doki and Virtue are particularly important in this defense. Doki dare not take a fight right now. He's just stuck in behind the bomb chassis. He really would like to have been peeking through that soft wall. In goes Spoit, in goes Leon. The 2 that I said they needed. Death go down first. Leon, he's putting the diffuser down on the ground. It's all up to Citizen. It's 1v4. He can't find the first, can it? He has a look through the soft wall, but the diffuser goes down. A beautiful flick onto Leon. 1 versus 3, but he's against the clock. He's got about 31 seconds to turn this around.
A lot to do though, because they're outside the building. Deepak's on red, Spoit's inside the Cash, Crying's out west window. Those are 3 horrible crossfires that might just jump on you at a moment's notice. Rogue playing this so passively. No one diving in for the kill, just letting Citizen wallow in pity a little bit here that he won't be able to pull this round back over to his side. As soon as he vaults in through this window, Crying's got the cross angle. It should be done and dusted from here though, as he has no time to get the defuse off. He'll hold, and Crying steps across, takes the close, and Rogue proves that timeout can still get them back into this game.
To then keep challenging back into construction.
It's a good read there from Doki as well, that the nade was coming in. But they needed Kanto to drop down, which he has now done. So Doki has actually played that point perfect in stepping away. But Spoit disappeared, and Elamau comes in for a kill for free. Virtue into another, and it feels like G2 might be on for that 4-2 half they were looking for.
Deepak just trying to hold the angle. It's always in this position as the support player. He's the one trying to mop up when things go wrong and needs to get something going. It's Kanto who actually manages to get the first kill. Going to take Doki down. Recognised in the chat there by Doki with a nice shot. You know, as much as we talk about the beef, there's still a lot of respect between these teams. And it's nice to see that shown as well. Alamau's on the tight angle. There's no idea. Deepak doesn't know. Alamau takes him down with a beautiful pre-fire.
He's on the way to hitting into the 20 bomb at this point, Tim, as well. 8 kills across the 6 rounds, and he might not even be done. Kanto nade in hand, Alamau collects it and makes it 9 kills in 6. A quad kill in their last defensive round.
Champions are the ones who can react to that. The ones who can get back on top of it and the ones who can find that energy. And finding energy right now is Spoit with a huge
finger, but he's got to choose who he's pouncing on here. Alamau would be the perfect guy to pick up, given he's got blue control. Spoit finds a second off the back of that spawn peak, then picks up Doki, and Kanto finds a third. Make it a quick fourth coming out. Rogue starting out their defense in explosive fashion.
They managed to force Rogue back to site pretty quickly. They got in there, it was about a minute and 10 seconds in, and you had Rogue all stacking back down into the site, but then the push came from G2.
Coming in from the east side.
G2 certainly not making it easy for their fans to watch at the minute, and how about that for a jump out from Spoit? They even went for the double crying, had him backed up, was up on the attack, I think is the key here. It showed from the beginning of the round, if you know you're going to lose somebody to that blue stairs jump out, Kanto, he's going to trade out Alamau immediately, and that's something that Rogue are starting to do better. They're finding those trades, and they're not allowing kills to go unpunished. It's 4 versus 2 now, and G2, it's back to the drawing board once again. They tried, as you say, multiple things to get something going here. Now the logistics hatch push doesn't work. What next?
If this keeps on bouncing this way, G2 are out of ideas, out of options, and Rogue could just find themselves steamrolling towards that 2-0. We're all praying for the map 3, but here comes the rapid execute. 3 pushing in. Prano loses his gunfight, but Virtue wins 2. But Kanto's there for the swing. Rogue bring us all even at 4-4.
For information to know if there's anybody pushing through the breach, and it's going to be Leon likely to provide that. He's going to be taking that tall angle down onto garage stairs, and this is where they have to do something about Deepak. Citizen, Virtue finding 2. Doki knows there's one underneath. He's just looking for this. He's desperate for the kill. He's not going to find it for the time being, but then yes, Kanto taken down with a long angle diffuser down in the midst. It's 1 versus 4 and crying. He is dead as Virtue finds the kill from underneath. And G2 find their first round in the last 3.
Members of Rogue.
There could be an opportunity for Prano to open up Church Wall. Might just give them a little bit more of an ingress. Alamau manages to find Leon, but an immediate trade from Rogue. I said it before, I'll say it again. Rogue doing very well on the trade game, but the information is there. You've got to hit that kill, Virtue. He knows he's got him down. Surely he's going to finish Deepak off. He's just being cautious. Kanto goes for the challenge onto Prano. It's now effectively a 1v2. Kanto not wanting to overstay his welcome. Virtue finds the kill onto Deepak, finishes things off. 10 seconds left to go. One is going to have to cover, one is going to have to plant.
Going to have to open up the rotation there as well with the C4 coming in behind. Virtue's looking the wrong way. Gets the backstabber, now has 1 left to go. Prano moving off towards the back end of site here and gone down for the plant. He's on a slither of HP. A single SMG bullet might be more than enough at this point. Tim is shotgunning up some holes here as well to get the rotate through. I don't think he 100% knows where he is. Maybe he's had the call. Prano's watching the right way. Who wins the 1v1? Steps up towards the left and Kanto lands it. We're going up to round 11, Tim, with Rogue taking round 10.
That's going to make us 5-5 on the scoreboard by the time that Kanto holds on and disables that diffuser.
Plan is, Kanto's holding around main stairs, it's worth noting as well. So him and Virtue are dancing around each other in kitchen, and Kanto's going fishing, finds a big one.
I did say that he may come back to haunt them, could be a problem, and that's exactly what has happened. Alamau manages to get the trade, but Leon is there for the counter trade, leaving us now in a 4v2 row, keeping man advantage very well. Citizen just tagging himself with that alibi decoy for the meantime. You can see how much of a problem they're causing him in the windows. He's trying to fight around them, but Citizen, as he goes in, gets taken down. Fight with a double at the end of the round, and Rogue, they move themselves on to map point and series point. That it took so long for for us to say, actually, this could just do the same as the attacker drones, which are actually really valuable. But the focus now coming onto main door from G2. Prono's in. He's thinking about getting a plant down. The smoke is there. He's going to go for it, Des. It's 3v3. I'm not sure he's got the cover, but they don't know exactly where it is. Oh! He has managed to stop it with a fraction of a second remaining.
Crying got a move in there and just opened up the vertical holes as well. Just got it in time, but Citizen finds Spoit. We're down to a classic 2v2 to decide the fate of G2. Do they stay? Do they go home? So far it's looking like stay, but Deepek, he could be the big clutch.
And he has a yokai left. This could be hugely impactful if he's able to stop the plant going down. He's manoeuvring, he's trying to find it. Virtue's going for it. It's 10 seconds left to go. I'm not sure if Deepek has enough to stop too. Citizen found him there. He's gone there. He's managed to get the final kill, and Des, it's map 2, and we're going to overtime. Continue to try and build themselves into a position to execute, currently using the 2 hatches and the bottom of main stairs, but that is allowing G2 to sit inside of blue reasonably safely. 20 seconds left to go, and that is where the pressure is moving to.
Oil.
Cryon manages to find Virtue from Oil Pit, and here comes the final push. 12 seconds left to go. Rogue needs to find kills. Alamau gets one onto Kanto. 3 versus 3, time ticking down. Rogue might not have enough time. It's all up to Prano in a 1v3. Diffuser going down. He gets cut down by Deepek, and that's going to be Rogue taking the first round of overtime.
And that, as I said earlier on, is when big mistakes start getting made.
Doki just bringing out the nanobot boost there to try and get some life back in him. Citizen is ready for the challenge. Absolutely beautiful teamwork between Citizen and Virtue there. That's going to take Deepek down, and Rogue, they now feel like they're holding on, Des. It's 3 versus 4, but there's only 20 seconds. The clock might just play into their favour right now. Virtue, he's trying to do everything he can to apply pressure to try and find anybody inside a site. But as you say, this is just going to have to come down to drop and plant and hope that the cover is there. Prano waits for the call. In he goes. He can start putting that diffuser down. Citizen's there. Doki's in blue, but he gets cut down by Leon. Spoit manages to get one as well. Prano, he's going to have to stick this. There's no choice.
Got it.
And that is the round and the match. Rogue are going through to the semi-finals of the Berlin Major.
And so well deserved. Battling their way through Bank when G2 fought their way back in. Stepping into Clubhouse and working some magic. These boys have worked so hard for this. Stage 1 was the builder. Stage 2 was where we saw the formation. And Berlin is where it was really cemented.